Hey everybody, welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Noland, and tonight I've got a question for you. Is physical media dead? You know, we want to give a big shout out to all of our new subscribers. I cannot believe that I can report to you that we have 76 subscribers this soon. Your response, especially to our recent videos, has been amazing. Of course, we just released our first Friday for Ray video, and the response has been incredible. Well, tonight I am absolutely humbled to tell you that with 2 hours to go, we have already reached 157 views for our review on Peter Jackson's The Get Back series on Disney+. This couldn't have happened without you, of course, and we want to thank you. Right now, we're just trying to get out a couple of Friday Forays a month, and we'll see how they do from that point on. In the meantime, a big thank you to all of you. And as always, if you get anything from this video, give us a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm recognition process. And please consider subscribing to the tribe. We have almost got all 100 of our tribal elders. 24 spots left, folks. And we look forward to each and every one of you joining the family. I wanted to do an unboxing, but somebody opened my box as it delivered here, and we're going to take a look at this. Now, you may have noticed a couple of videos back, about halfway through, the sound changed. That's because my $7.99 lavalier mic went kablooey on me. Now, in that first video where that happened, I was still shooting with my iPhone 11, as you all know. So I was reliant on the microphone on the iPhone 11. Now, I ordered these packages to arrive in time for my review on the Get Back series by Peter Jackson. Unfortunately, they arrived the day after. Someone in the house thought the package was theirs and opened it up. Normally, what I like to do in an unboxing is actually unbox it for you. But here we are, because this product was unboxed for all of us before I ever got my greedy little hands on it. Now, this product is by the company Goordik or Goordik. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Goordik. Now, the lavalier that I was using got excellent reviews for what it was for the price. As I've mentioned many times before, we are a budget studio. We are slowly increasing what we have here as far as equipment. We will slowly accrue equipment that will produce better videos, of course. Now, I was never happy with that microphone, even though it got fairly good reviews when I bought it. Most of those early videos just have a bit too much distortion on my voice. It was good at isolating my voice and not capturing the room around me, but the quality was not where I wanted it to be. And of course, I knew an eventual upgrade was going to happen. But when the lavalier mic broke on me, funds had to be freed to replace it. Now, basically, this is a kit you buy by Goordik. We'll call it Goordik for the time being. And rather than these being more of a consumer microphone, these at least claim to be professional. Now, the kit sells for $17.99. Okay, the kit comes with 2 professional lavalier microphones. Now, if you've seen my past videos, you'll see this usually clipped on to me. Not the last 2 videos, but usually. Now, the lavalier microphone that I was using had a cable that it was so thin, sometimes I confused it with my hair. These cables are thicker. The alligator clip's about the same. It looks about the same. The little windscreen is a little bit different shape. And of course, they have the ends that are designed to work with the iPhone. So let's see what else came with the kit. It comes with extension cables. You plug your lavalier mic into the female end here and then right in to your camera. Now, what's cool about this product and why I call it a kit is because it comes with a couple of other things that most lavalier kits don't come with. Let's take a look at them, okay? All right, and by that I mean it comes with a Y cord. So this kit is designed where you can have a guest if you have a podcast or a YouTube channel and you have someone in on the studio and you want to record them and both of you getting really good isolated vocals. This end will go into your your iPhone or camera with the adapter if needed, and these two connect the two mics that you have. So that's kittish, wouldn't you say? And it comes with a goodie bag. Isn't that wonderful? Inside the goodie bag, you'll see an additional adapter for another kind of connection. Very forward thinking of them. That reminds me of what I said about B-Script, shipping parts that encourage your consumers to further use these devices in a way that you weren't going to use them at all. Companies like this are forward thinking, and I really appreciate that. Okay, so also in this goodie bag, you get additional windscreens with this thing. Look at this. Isn't this nice? See? Most of these products do not ship with even one addition. Here's two, and take a look at this. We've got one if you want to add a splash of color. And of course, they must have seen me coming because they even gave me a red one. Okay, so that's more of an introduction to this product, and I'll give you a further review on it in a future video. Now let's get on to the main focus of this video with the question, is physical media dead? Now, when I was a young teenager, our media was pretty basic. If you were a reader, you read books, or you read magazines, or you read newspapers. As far as visual media, you had cameras that could take family photos, and of course, you could always go to the movies. And if you had a large group and not a lot of money, you want to talk about large screen TVs, we had these screens so large that cars would park in front of it. Everybody watching the movie from their own vehicle. Of course, radio had been around for a long, long time. My family didn't get a TV right away. My mother would read Tom Sawyer to me and my brother, and afterwards we would listen to episodes of The Shadow. Now, of course, these were reruns of The Shadow. I don't go that far back. And we finally got our TV. Black and white though it was the holy grail. On this amazing device, we had not one, not two, not three, not even four, but we had 5 channels. 5. In our area, that was KTVU out of Oakland, California, NBC, CBS, ABC, and of course, PBS. Hello, Big Bird. And of course, we had records. I had a small little record player that you could pull the top off. It'd play either 45s or 33s. It had a mono speaker, and I was grateful. Now, downstairs, my mother had what we called a hi-fi. Around this time, the media that I personally collected were record LPs, an occasional 45, not really big on 45s. I was an album guy. I had a transistor radio. Oh yes, gather around, children. There's more. I was also an avid collector of Hardy Boy mystery novels. Of course, over the years, comic book collections were sold. Hardy Boy books were given to children, but today is not yesterday. We've downsized as far as living space. Now, I spent the obligatory 5 years of paying for the storage for beloved stuff that I was obviously never going to bring back into my household. And I was always aware that technology would head in a direction like on Star Trek, where you could look at a computer screen or have a handheld device and get any amount of information or entertainment that you need. Now, I started buying digital media online around 2012 and just have it available on my phone. Of course, I could play it on my computer and even our television. I'm a big fan of movies in general, and I have bought the classics throughout Hollywood's decades. And for me, it's just so much easier to access my media this way than to go to a bookshelf. And frankly, it's just taking up space. We could use that space to put something else in that room. Now, for me, most of the time, I purchase my movies from iTunes. It's an app that works well with what I have, and I just love being able to dial up a movie. Now, over the years, I've bought a ton of movies. I have over 1,200 right now. But these movies are just as important to me as if I had their physical counterparts here in my home. But it's not just the movies that I've gotten rid of. I'm pretty hard on my novels. I read them hard. They get old, they get decrepit, and frankly, after me using them, they don't look very good after a few years. So this is where I've taken full advantage of the Books app on my iPad Pro. Let's take a look. Okay, so you caught me. I'm a comic book fan. But I'm also, as I've mentioned, a big science fiction fan. So here we are in my science fiction section. Big fan of the Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell series. And yes, I actually own the series. One of my top 4 novels of all time is Stranger in a Strange Land. I've got that here, as well as All You Zombies by Robert Heinlein. And yes, I do have the movie based on that novel, starring Ethan Hawke. What a great film. Of course, I have Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, as well as The Hobbit, and all of my favorite novels. Without going further into my collection here on iBooks, here you can see recent purchases where I keep up on manuals. I have a whole manual section. So this is just wonderful. Back in the day, my novels would be put where I could quietly read them. My manuals were usually put in an office or a studio. And yet here I am, through iBooks, able to access so much reading material. Not to mention their audiobooks. As you know from my past video, I am a Beatles fan, and I cannot recommend highly enough Jeff Emmerich's book, Here, There, and Everywhere. I not only have the book, but I have it on audio. Now this finally leads us tonight to music. Whether I've collected vinyl, CD, digital copies of my music collection is very important to me. But a couple of years ago, I decided just to go ahead and signed up for iTunes on a monthly basis. I still have my core music that I can access at any time I want. Now, my whole family has signed up for this, and with our daughter being a major music fan, this is wonderful. She has a limited budget on what music she can purchase as well. But through the family plan, all of us can access the type of music we want. My wife loves the music from the late 60s, early 70s, pop. She just loves that. A lot of those songs are in her playlist. Our daughter has a very eclectic taste in music. And of course, I have my taste as well. So the service works very well for us. For a nominal fee, we pretty much have free access to any media that we want to use. You know, I just want to say one thing here. One of the movies that I grew up with was 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, a lot of the technology in that film we had already surpassed by 2001, and some of it is just now coming to fruition. But just imagine where we are now. Here in the comfort of our own homes, we can access whatever movie, whatever television show. Is there still television out there, folks? Whatever books, magazines, news reports, podcasts, YouTube videos by the bottom line, at your fingertips at all times. Now, I know people out there who say, I'm a little bit more analog than that. And I can certainly understand that point of view. That's where I started. Very analog. Grooves in a piece of plastic, ink on a piece of paper, diodes on a screen, and with early computers, a 0 and a 1. And for me, the digital alternative just makes so much more sense at this point. So here's a question for all of you. How far has digital media invaded your life? Or have you welcomed it? Or are you one of those who are begrudgingly realizing that digital media is a viable alternative and actually quite Americana? Do you have other alternatives? Do you have a blend of alternatives? Again, that's what this channel's all about. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you agree with me? Or are you one of those more analog people? Why do you still hold on to your old media? Is it the smell of a good book or the smell of vinyl when you first open it up and you know you're going to peruse the lyrics on the back? In the long run, I'm the question. You're the experts. Let us know. Once again, a big thank you to all you new viewers. We're over 5,000 views for the channel as of tonight. And of course, we're closing in on getting our first 100 tribal elders. So once again, this is The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Nolan, and we'll see you next time.